Get to the NBA and the Kawhi circus. I don't know. Everybody you hear has a different answer. Everybody you hear knows no more than we do, but they're all speculating. And I've heard now that one of the things that he's concerned about is his medical team.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure that, I guess they're brought on board, paid by the Lakers, available to him. And how is this going to mesh with the staff that's there? And, if that is the case. But, do whatever has to be done. If he wants 10 medical guys there, where do you sign him up?
Mm-hmm.
This is something that has to be done. And, I would hate to see any of the Lakers medical staff dismissed, but maybe they can work together. These guys work on Kawhi, everybody else works on everybody else. But that's one of the things I've heard that's he's concerned about.
Yeah, I think at this level, whether he hires his own personal guys or the Lakers hire somebody for him or whatever organization he winds up with, I think that's just one box among many that he's checking off. And,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a strange cat, and I do not profess to know where he wants to end up. I've been telling people that my prediction is still it's Toronto and maybe a 1-1 or a 1-2, 1+2, where he's got an option again, plays another year, defends the title, and comes back. I think one of the LA teams is clearly out. I don't think he's going to say it's not Toronto. It's between the Lakers and the Clippers. There's no way. It's Toronto and one of the LA teams.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, I had not heard anything up to this point that Kawhi would even consider the Lakers. And I think he's only considering the Lakers because they happen to have room and they happen to be in LA. I don't think he has any intention of playing with the Lakers. I will be the first one to admit that I'm wrong if it happens, but it's not. I don't think it's happening. I just don't think. I think it's between the Clippers, and I think it's between Toronto, and I think it always has been.
I think the Clippers they don't have a superstar.
Well,
No.
Kawhi is the superstar,
He wants some help. I think he wants some help.
I mean, it certainly is the personality of the type of team that Kawhi can be part of. I don't know if Kawhi wants to be the top guy, but it certainly, that's why I think it's Toronto. I mean, he knows what he has in Toronto, right? With the Clippers, it feels like a gritty team. It feels like a team that could be on the verge. But if I'm Kawhi, I don't want to be on the verge.
No, exactly.
I don't want to be on the verge.
Been there, done that.
Especially when I know that for load management reasons, I'm only going to play 60 games.
Right.
Right? What are they going to do with the other 22?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, again, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to rule in the Lakers. I think they're out of the equation as far as my own personal opinion. I'm saying this because I think it sort of rules them out with regard, because it's either the Toronto or the Clippers. But
another thing that didn't help was our buddy Magic. I guess I don't know if he had a personal meeting with Kawhi. It was on the phone.
He called him,
but he blabbed it to Broderick Turner, who's the L.A. Times Laker writer, and I heard the conversation on ESPN today, and Kawhi's asking him about front office, about Pelinka. You said Pelinka backstabbed you. Did he backstab you? And Magic said yes, but that's all behind us now. One thing that he wants is, quiet, calm. He wants to be comfortable. And this is it's a toxic situation. It's not a comforting situation. And, I think Magic could have done just well enough not to answer any of those questions. He tried to cover it up by, yes, I'm gone now, and that's behind us, but that leaves that leaves an impression.
I love Magic. He's a hero. He needs to get his lips off the Lakers.
He does.
Period.
Yeah.
Just period.
Yeah.
I mean, especially now too. I mean, he could be king if he goes back to Toronto, and for him to
not just Toronto, the whole country.
The whole country, yeah, in
Yeah.
Canada.
Right.
So I mean,
Exactly.
that's why with the whole Magic opening his mouth, I think that could kind of. But I mean, the weird thing with Kawhi though, I feel like is just I don't know if he would really fit in the Clippers organization either. Just with how they're kind of running, it feels like they have a good chemistry in their locker room. I don't know how if he with how his high demands. I don't know how that he would really work out there either.
Yeah, I mean, I again, I don't profess to know what he's like, other than I've heard him in interviews and I've read things about him, and I remember what he was like at San Diego State. He was a weird dude. He's a weird dude, and that he's kind of crazy, and you never take your eye off crazy because you just don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. I don't know whether he fits better in Toronto. He clearly fits well in Toronto. They won a championship, and he didn't. He only played 59 games, 60. I don't know how many games. Not a lot, right? So he missed a bunch of games. I don't know if that works any other place. And if he wants quiet, it's not the Lakers.
No,
it's
for
absolutely
sure.
not the
It's
Lakers.
just the opposite.
Because I mean, he had that dysfunction in San Antonio where they were pointing fingers at him, and he was saying, "Look, I know my body, and you're not going to make me play before I'm ready to play." So and Toronto was willing to take that risk on him, and just like OKC was willing to take it with Paul George. So. Now he's got. So they bought a year of letting him kick the tires, and Paul George resigned. And I think it's kind of the same way with Toronto. I think LA just feels like there's too much noise.
Yeah, somebody else reported that LeBron had told Kawhi in the meeting that he would step back a little bit, let him be the front. Let him take the shot. Let him.
I love that look on Jake's face.
Let him be the man.
Yeah, I don't see that at all. Now when you got Anthony Davis as well too over there, so
well, he's already given up his uniform number to.
That's
but that's all.
You could say that,
window
which he's never worn.
Yeah,
that's just all window dressing.
And then when that first tip comes, that's all out the window. I'm sorry.
While we're on the basketball.